Still to be found in the church is one of the masterpieces of Michelangelo's Madonna and Child in white marble. It's one of the few masterpieces of Michelangelo who ever passed the Alps when he was still alive. So until this day, the Italians are not so happy with that. Who's doing there? Left-hand side at the end of the trees on top of the bridge, you're going to find the entrance of the palace of Brugge. The Brugge family was a very important and powerful family in the medieval years. We'll show everything about the import and the export of the merchandise in our city. So here on the left side, almost every weekend, excuse me, there's a little local market going on. Here I have a very nice view for a picture of the Holy Mary Cross. Think about the fact that millions of bricks in there. It took a couple of centuries to finish the church completely because there was a few wars in between, and also at a certain time there was a plague going on in Brugge. Still an amazing building. Eh? Here we have the gate of the palace of Brugge on the bridge. So here we're going to pass over the bridge once we're under there, and you look on top of you, you're going to see there's actually three different bridges, one next to the other. The first one with little stalactites from the 15th century, and then moving on 16th and 17th century. Three different styles of bridges. Relevance, little body plastic bridge of the 19th century. We also call it our TCPC bridge. Millions of people have taken a picture here with their loved ones, and also people getting married on the bridge. So for the lovers on the boat, you know what to do after the tour. No pressure. X marks the spot on the bridge. So right inside, that's around the corner. Gonna pass the back building of the Holy Mary Church, also beautiful view there. Left-hand side, we're going to pass the little house with the woodwork on the wall from the 17th century. Nowadays in there it's a cozy bed and breakfast with all authentic medieval furniture there. Also a difference with Venice is that almost none of the buildings are built on wood. Most of them are built on layers and layers of bricks and all different kinds of stones underneath to stabilize. The roof is built up in compartments, and then afterwards they let the water in it, so maybe a little bit more durable than Venice. In the moment on the left side, in between the houses, you're going to find a little street going to the canals that was actually for the old fire brigade. In the old days when there was a fire, they need to get the water out of the canals. That's what the little street was for. Here on the left, you have an example. Pass the bridge on the right side. Going to pass the old St. John's Hospital. Started up around the 12th century, and the last patient came out there in 1976. Nowadays in the old hospital you find also a museum for Hans Memling, also one of our Flemish primitive painters. Part of his work also in the Groningen Museum. So nowadays there's lots of stuff going on in the old hospital. Very nice to visit there. The old hospital, what you see here is just a little part of it. It was quite big for the 12th century. The moment on the left, we're going to pass a few God's houses for the lonely elderly and the poorest among us. It's part of our social security system. So here on the left side, you find perfect examples, a little white God's house. You can only find those in the old central of Brugge. Another surprise, left-hand side, is the first men's But the swan and Brugge, there's already 4 eggs under the mother swan there. 4 baby swans coming. So you're at the back side of the hospital. Nice place to be. Lots of events going on there. Also nice restaurant there. On the left side, a moment to be serious. We're going to pass the lowest bridge of Brugge, so please stay seated to take your pictures here, because it's here we lose about 10% of our clientele every year. Attenzione la cabeza, voorzichtig blijven bitte, opgelet voor jullie oog. Attention, et la testa también.
Atención la cabeza ahora. Lo que soy.
We are not, but the boat is quite high in the water, and be careful everyone.
Con un golpe al año ya vamos
Careful. Yes, it is, Lord. Alright, so here we continue in front of us. On top of the bridge to the right is the Brugge from 1776. Nowadays, there's still Benedict sisters living there, and also in the monastery, there's a code of silence. There's only 4 Benedict sisters left in the monastery, so that's why they allow lonely elderly ladies to live in the monastery as well. So everything from here on the right side until the lock house at the end is the monastery. It's almost like a little village here. Right outside on the bridge, you're going to find the gate of the Brugge. Also nice for a picture there. We're at the gate. Front of us at the end is the Rock House of Brugge, at the other side is the Lake of Love, and the water there is 1 meter higher than inside of Brugge. So if they open the gates there, we have quite a serious problem on our hands. Already happened twice in the history of Brugge. So here we're going to pass one of our feeding and breeding grounds of the majestic romantic swans of Brugge. Beautiful creatures, but sometimes they can be quite aggressive. On the other hand, all the Dutch you see everywhere in Brugge, that's for our little Chinese restaurant or family. Past the bridge on the right side, the bigger building, it's our Half Moon Brewery from the 18th century. Nowadays you find a beer museum in there and also a guided tour of 45 minutes with degustation. Very nice brewery to visit. Also notice the ropes against the wall of the brewery to help grow the experimental hops they plant every year. So they just planted the new ones. At the end of November, if they grow up to the top, you can smell those hops very strongly. Makes you want to have a beer. So notice when we pass the ropes at the bottom, you see the little new ones, the new hops. Be careful everyone. We come back to the lowest bridge, and now just for the fun of it, on the right hand side of the boat, we're going to check how low we can go. So attenzione alla derecha del barco, voorzicht rechts de zijde van de boot, opgelet rechts van de boot. Attention, côté droit du bateau. I hope everyone understood me. Off we go, Attenzione, voorzicht, opgelet. How low can we go? Well done everyone. No 10% in business. Left hand side of St. Cyril Cathedral, well known for its medieval tapestry there. There's some huge pieces hanging there from the 12th century. Worth a fortune. Very nice place to visit there. Here now at the bridge to the left, we're going to pass a little chapel on the water, and it's better to help the dead people from the hospital on boats. Nowadays they don't do that anymore because we need the boats now. Or literally. No, but seriously, in the medieval years, Brugge had the plague and carried away the dead people by boats to avoid even more infections on the streets. So that's what helped survive Brugge in the medieval years. The left-hand side, we're going to pass a little chapel, and the white bar you see there is where they took out the dead man's boats. So they brought the boats outside of Brugge where they got burned in the time of the plague. So on the left side, little chapel, little story for Halloween, right there.
Ja.
Hello. Past the bridge on the right, you're going to find little workmen's houses from the old days. Some of them are only 50 square meters. Little houses, but the prices in the old center, not so little. Some locations in Brugge, very expensive. You go 10 minutes outside the old center of Brugge, you can already get almost double the house for the same price. Also the taxes in the old center are very high. Has to do with the maintenance of the old city. So here slowly we come back to our Kissy Bridge. And on the left hand side of the bridge and the wall, you're going to find the smallest Gothic window in Brugge. There's a little window to spy on the boats coming in it, and also the people passing the bridge. The left hand side, once we're going to pass all the trees here, we're going to see here the cute little Gothic spy window. The little window is part of our Palace of Cultus we're going to pass on the left side there. Completely renovated now. It's a museum where you can see how the people lived in the medieval years. All with authentic materials there. Also past the big tree there on the left, you're going to have a very nice view for pictures. Everything we're going to pass there on the left, completely renovated also on the UNESCO. Very nice buildings. You can see right now the cute little window there. Was actually to spy on the boats to make sure they have faith to get into the old city. Nowadays the gargoyles on top of the building, and in the middle of the room, a little bit more to the back, you're going to find the watchtower there. Right there on the left. Also left hand side, just around the corner, very nice view there. If you look closely, you're going to have a full view on the Tower of the Holy Mary Church there, around the corner. Here now, when you pass the three bridges again, on the right hand side on the corner, you're going to find the map of Brugge made out of replica lace as a tribute to the old export product. You're going to have to look closely because it's almost transparent. Unbelievable, but true, it's been stolen twice already. So somewhere in the world, people use that on their table now. Here on the corner, you're going to see the replica lace map of Brugge. Right here, Also on the right, at the other side of the little markets here, we have a blue gate. That's the Groningen Museum, my primitives I was talking to you about, and some of Margaret's world-famous Belgium surrealists. If you like paintings, very nice place to visit there. Keep going on the right once we pass all the trees. There's Hotel de Tuileries, and all the little windows there are handmade out of Venetian crystal. If you go a little closely at the windows of the hotel, you're going to see a purple glow in there. That's because of the crystal. You pass the trees very clearly there. All the purple, that's crystal. Used to be a private house a long time ago, now it's an expensive hotel, and you definitely don't want to break a window in there. Very expensive. Here on the left side is another brewery, that's Brugge de Flandre, a brewery that disappeared in the Second World War, but they found a new location a couple of years ago. Still they have the original recipes of the first brewery. Very nice beer tasting going on in there, as you can see. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, almost at the end of our little adventure on the canals of Brugge. I hope you liked what you saw and also the explanation of your guide. I gave you as much info as possible. If you liked it, you can always leave a tip on the way out of the boat because, you know, the captains are always thirsty. For the rest, everyone, enjoy our beautiful city, guys. There's lots of things to do and to see. Enjoy it. And thank you very much, everyone, for your attention on my last tour. A good day. Merci beaucoup. Danke, muchas gracias por la atención. Grazie mille, obrigado, and vielen Dank. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
9 to 11.